Hello friends, today I will share the summary of the book, which is thousands of years old. This book principles and techniques are so powerful and useful that many people recommend this book and gives advice to learn from it. In fact, some countries has kept this book in their military syllabus. The book which I am talking about is Art of War, which was made to learn military strategies. Now if you think that why I am sharing the information and summary of such book which is based on war and strategy, so the answer for this is that this book principles isn't only useful for wars and strategies, but also very important for business and for our regular routine life. Believe it or not, but in business and in order to achieve the goals of our life, we have to fight small wars every day and have to face many obstacles and has to win it in order to become successful. So today, I will share 5 principles of this book which will help us to win, and if we do opposite of it, then defeat is fixed. So let's begin. Number 1. When to fight and when to not. In any fight, winning is always better than losing, but the real winning is when fight doesn't happen. Few years before, I came to know the incident about my classmate. After hearing it, I felt really bad. Incident was, they were playing the cricket tournament, and while playing suddenly fight happened between both the team. Both the teams started hitting each other, and one boy from the opposite team hit bad on the head of my classmate. He immediately fainted, after which he was immediately taken to the hospital and was hospitalized, but still after few days he died. Just because of that simple game, 2 lives got ruined. One has become the criminal, and the other one died. I have seen and noticed many times, for every small issues people starts fighting. If somebody by mistake pushes someone, people start abusing. After reading any post on social media, people start fighting on comments, and after seeing so many situations, seems people are just ready to fight at any moment at any time. They don't understand maximum time fight isn't beneficial for them. Instead, it is problematic and useless. Whether the fight is between 2 people, or an argument, or the war is between 2 countries. Because for all fights, 3 most important things are used: time, money, and energy. Sometimes can say life as well. It can be used for other useful purposes, which can give the better results and outcome. So do remember, that person is not intelligent or strong, who gets influenced by their anger and cause of their pride starts fighting. Instead, the intelligent person is who wins without fighting and brings the best result and outcome, and doesn't fight unless fight is not required or not the only option. Number 2. If opponent has choleric temper, irritate him. In cricket and other sports you must have seen, a team player usually try to irritate the other team player by passing comments, especially when that player is playing good. Because they know when a person gets influenced by his or her emotions, then chances of doing mistakes also increases, which will benefit the opposite team or the person in return. Hence, the player who is calm and do not get influenced by their emotions and play under pressure is considered to be a good player in any game. Influence of emotions is not just in games, but also has a lot of impact in our life, in our daily routine life. Example: remember the time when you were trying to explain someone with all the logical facts, but still after saying every fact and figures, still the person is not ready to understand your point. Why? Because at that time the person was not accepting that fact emotionally. Because the fact is, we humans are emotional creatures. We mostly take the decisions and actions on the basis of our emotions. So do remember, do not allow people to misuse your emotions and manipulate you wrongly. Most of the advertising we see nowadays, they usually target our emotions. Media purposely shows us negative stuffs because our negative emotions are more powerful. Similarly, even politicians give emotional speech. They do not talk logical, and with this, people get influenced and vote for them. Hence, before taking any decision and before taking any action, do remember that you are taking that decision by thinking logically, not emotionally. Because most of the time we take wrong decision by getting influenced by our emotions. And this influence takes us away from our goals, or at minimum, do not give the best outcome. Fighting every day with our emotions is a tough war, but only that person will win who learned to handle their emotions properly. And the person will surely lose who gets influenced by their emotions or whose emotions control them. Number 3. If you know your enemy and yourself properly, then you won't lose. 2 most important reasons out of many because of which most of the people fail in their life are: first, because they don't know themselves, and the other one, they don't know their enemy. By taking the example of an interview, most of the people before going for the interview do not put an effort to know about the company, what exactly the company does, what are their goals and motive, what all company wants to achieve in present and future, and how they can help the company in achieving their future goals. And not knowing all these facts is not at all impressive. Forget about the company, most of the people do know about themselves properly. Example: the most commonly asked question in an interview is tell me something about you. Say about your strong points, weak points, about your strength and weaknesses. Questions are asked related to them. But sadly, many couldn't answer these simple questions properly. They do not have the capability of talking about themselves for just 5 minutes. They don't know about their strength and weakness. They don't know in what all things they are good and bad. And the worst part is, they never take the initiative to know themselves properly. They don't find it important, and then think why we aren't getting success. How you will get success? If you are just a confused person who doesn't know about yourself and about others. If you have watched Dangle movie, there are many good examples given related to this point. By using this principle, Gita defeats the opponent. So at first, understand and know about yourself properly. Know your strength and weakness, and second thing, before dealing with someone, try to know them and get information about them as much as possible. This thing will help you to become successful in life. Number 4. All warfare are based on deception. In today's life, everyone wants to get your attention. Whether it comes to your friends or huge multi-dollar companies who spent a lot of crores in advertisement just to get your attention for a few minutes or for a few seconds. Why? Because your attention is really very important for them. Your attention will help them to earn, will be beneficial for them. But the problem is, most of the time their betterment is not beneficial for us. Example: this time when I start making video, which was my goal, then many things distracted me, like many political parties rally and firecrackers, which was going outside. All these things were done to grab the attention of me and of others, so that we give them vote and make them win, and mobile notifications and many more things distracted me most of the time. But thankfully nothing bad happened because of all this disturbance, but my speed of work decreased, and because of all those distraction, upload of my new video was done late. Seriously, avoiding such deception and disturbance becomes difficult, and many times it doesn't allow people to complete their task and achieve their goals. I am sure many times this things happens to you. Like many things, tries to grab your attention and distract you from your goals and to influence you towards them just for their benefit. And when you get distracted towards them for a long time, then sadly you lose that fight. So do remember that your focus and attention should be on the thing which will help you to move closer to your goals, not to give attention to those deceptions which moves your goal away from you just for their benefit. Number 5. Who prepared himself beforehand waits to take enemy unprepared. This point reminds me about the story of an ant and grasshopper, which we must all have read during our childhood. Story was like, one day a grasshopper was having fun while eating and singing. Then grasshopper sees that ants, by forming a line, was taking a lot of food with them. Then grasshopper asked them, where are you going taking this much food? Then ant replied that we are collecting and saving this food for winter. During snowfall we couldn't find food, so saving and collecting food now would be better, and even you should do this. Listening to them, grasshopper laughed at them and said, you continue. There is a lot of time, we'll do it later. I have no need now, and he goes from there. Again, after some time before starting of winter, grasshopper sees ants taking food along with them. Again, ant asks grasshopper to collect and save food because winter is coming. Grasshopper doesn't listen to them and says, you worry about yourself and I will collect my food, you don't need to worry about me. And when finally winter arises, ant without worry enjoys food at their home. And on the other side, after a lot of efforts, grasshopper couldn't able to search the food and gets nothing. After which he cries and regrets that I should have listened to ants, but realization was too late. Most of the people nowadays are like grasshopper. They do everything in last moment and are not well prepared before. They don't save money for bad times. They do not keep themselves healthy and regret later. Or they become successful, or they feel happy, and they don't even enjoy their life. So do remember, if you wanted to become a winner, always be well prepared. Prepare yourself in advance. This thing will make you happy and will make you better than others. I have shared this knowledge from the book Art of War, which talks about strategies and many other useful points. You can buy this book by going below in the description link. This book shares war strategies and many useful points, and if we follow this book, we can become successful in many aspects of our life, especially in business. If you do not want to miss any of my videos, to subscribe, click on the bell icon, and don't forget to choose Send All Notification option. Then only you will receive all the notifications. Do like if you find these knowledge useful. Do comment and say which principle you like the most. Do share the video with your friends and family.